Hello, Davey.
Peter. Luna.
How are you? My internet's working a wee bit better this week.
Was this the internet you don't have?
The internet we don't have. According to EE, when I complained the other night, we don't actually have internet here. I said, no, we do.
According to EE?
I said, that's why I'm phoning to complain about it.
You don't have internet there.
What can you do? I'm not sure what I've had. Don't know what I've had for the last 3 years, but there we go. Something else. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Welcome to the show tonight. If you're an accordion fan, this is the show for you tonight, because we have got an amazing accordion player coming on. And it's not me before.
And Peter.
It's a chap I've been wanting to come on the show for a long time, Màrtainn Skene. Martin's originally for the west coast of Scotland, now living in Glasgow, I think. And hello, Bonnie. How are you? She's in Milwaukee. We're all going to have to go and see Bonnie someday. It sounds great. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sounds like you could write a nice 2-4 march for Wisconsin and Milwaukee and all that. That'd be good. A Milwaukee march. A Milwaukee march. I like the sound of that.
Sure, it'll be a Milwaukee walkie.
Right. So, brilliant.
Try talking now. Can't hear you, Peter. You can't hear you, Peter. Another track. Here we go. Peter, we cannot hear you still. Oh, there's two Peters. Oh no! I'll fix this.
Yeah.
Yep.
You hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
I have no idea what happened there at all. Nothing changed at this end. Well, some did. Heavens knows what it was, though.
Heaven knows you're Miss Rowe now.
There we go. Right. I'll set up I need to set up another stand, but I've not got one here.
That's fine. So let's go back to the start here. Good evening, folks.
Good evening. That was a couple of bonus tracks you got there tonight that you'll never usually get.
No, that's very true. That's our backup track in case this sort of stuff goes.
I know Stephen Hughes.
Update them.
Stephen Hughes saying that was wee Gracie running up the thing. Yes, it was. Grace running up the beach there on one of them. And Angus gets Angus in the mud. Oh, Alistair says it was me playing that accordion, Alistair. That's good.
He's very big-headed, says our Peter.
Thank you very, very much. That's great. Right, David, the only thing is I can't see the brands and all that because I'm on my phone now.
No change there.
So I'm going to ask you to take it up when I'm looking at stands and things like that. Can you tell us who we've got coming on very quickly? I've told the folk earlier on. But
We've got the fantastic accordionist Màrtainn Skene, who is currently in Glasgow, and we're actually going to hear a track from just as Peter sets this up. This is a set we have shown on the show before when Callum McCall was on, the Gaelic singer. So this is a set which includes Captain Carswell and MacLean of Pennycross. Enjoy.
Hello.
Fantastic.
Hi, Martin.
Hello, guys. How you getting on?
How you doing? Yeah, great. I've been having bother with my wee internety thing again, but I think I'm all sorted out now.
Well, I've also been very much enjoying these videos in the meantime. Looks like looks like you've had much better weather in Shetland than everywhere else.
We had not a bad summer actually. Mr. McCall kept sending me a wee message to tell me what the weather was going to be like in advance, so it was fine.
So if it wasn't him, it was Joy anyway. So
yeah, it worked good. No, fantastic. So good to get you on, Martin. It's brilliant to have you here. I don't want to put you under any pressure here, but just to tell you, the numbers that's watching tonight's the highest numbers we've had in months.
Oh.
So you've brought the crowds in.
There can't be anything on the telly tonight then.
No pressure.
Which is ironic because we've made so much of an arse with this so far already. Typical.
Oh, thanks for having me on, guys. It's a pleasure.
No, it's really good. It's really good, and I know for a lot of people joining in. Martin, it is fantastic to have you on. You're in Glasgow. You've had a busy day of the day already. Eh? You've been in the recording studio all day, haven't you?
We were in at 10 o'clock this morning, doing an album to accompany the Glasgow RSCDS's latest book. They've got a centenary publication that's just come out earlier in the year. So doing the music for that, just as a week in a trio with Colin Garvin and Nicky McMeekin. So that was a fun day. I've been ready for my bed after that.
Something I'm going to touch on with you later on as well, because but yeah, if you've been sitting points to space, jigs and reels all day, it fairly numbs your brain right enough. But I don't think people realise how hard you have to concentrate in a studio, actually. And we do it unconsciously, but you sit there, but you're absolutely, your mind's knackered when you come out. It's just
red lights in
that last Take the Floor I done in Beechgrove in Aberdeen, and we kind of sailed through it, but you're still jiggered when you get to the end of it. You're just there. Nice to see Ian McRobert joining us there. Ian's done Moffat way, isn't he? It's great. So, anyway, I was going to talk to you about that later on anyway, because you're doing quite a lot for the RSCDS. Now you're making a bit of a name for yourself. The dancers are really enjoying you playing for them. And but originally, West Coast of Scotland, because the first I knew you was playing a lot of good pipe music and making a sound for yourself, also with your instrument that you play, which is a Ranco accordion, and you get that really nice pipey sound, and then you go to play the country dance stuff, and we're going to hear a track later on called the Montgomery's track rant set, and that blew my mind when I heard it that day, and I thought the swing in that band, it was just incredible. And your arrangements and your melody playing, and it was just fantastic. So we can have a quick blather about all of that. So where did you start? It was West Coast. Where about?
Well, I grew up at kind of near Spian Bridge.
Well, you're that way.
I'm sure folk kind of know if you go as you go up the road out of Spian towards Inverness, you go up to the Commander Memorial on top of the hill, and yeah, we were just kind of down the road from there. So it's out in the middle of nowhere, you know, we quiet kind of place. It's very nice.
Well, I used to play 30 years ago. I used to play quite a bit in the Roy Bridge Hotel, but that's just.
Oh, I see, aye.
Yeah.
So
I used to play there quite a bit.
I spent quite a lot of time in Roy Bridge. That's where I went to primary school, but we weren't spending so much time at that age in the hotel in Roy Bridge. You get good music nights in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, that is 30, 35 years ago when I was there. In fact, you'll know Ian Joseph MacDonald. And I remember Ian Joseph before he played the box. And he came sitting at the stairs with me one night after we've been playing, saying, I really want to play this accordion thing. And then he went away and got one and learned it. So it was kind of cool getting to know him. So, but there's Edna Jaffrey asking a wee question there. She said, so what age and what instrument? Well, I was going to ask, what instrument did you start on? Was it the box or was it?
No, actually, I only started playing the box when I was maybe 16 or 17 or something like that. I actually started playing the cello first of all. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 or something like that. But my brother played, so he went to lessons anyway to a lady called Audrey Scott out at Inch, kind of across the river from Roy Bridge.
Yeah.
And she was a fantastic teacher, you know, and very strict, but she was like great at teaching. So that I actually started with the cello and piano as well. My mum taught the piano. And just from there, I think as a kind of teenage rebellion when I was in school, kind of listening to a lot of my mates that were playing traditional music, and it just it seemed to be having such a great time while doing it.
Right.
So I just kind of got a bit distracted and started to playing it on the piano, and then kind of borrowed my mate Alexander's box,
Right.
and it just and it went all downhill from there, really. So
No, it certainly didn't. Enough of the music scene. Absolutely great playing. And I mean, when you mentioned the cello, I was hoping we were going to try and get a cello track tonight, but I couldn't get it to load. But you still play cello, and you still and you're playing piano a lot as well. But did you fit? Was it classical music you were playing on the cello prominently, or?
Mostly so. I went away and did these kind of orchestra kind of things as well, like when I was in high school, played in like the National Children's Orchestra and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think it was good kind of training. They were quite strict in rehearsals and so on, but it kind of gives you the right kind of mindset, I think, for going about it. So yeah, it was good to do.
A great area of the country to grow up in, though, where there's a lot of music going on and things like that as well.
There's a really kind of well attended music festival in Fort William as well. So yeah, that was good fun.
And shinty, did you play shinty then? Did you?
No, like I think we used to hit about in like primary school, like at break time. But no, I think it was always kind of considered a bit too dangerous a sport. But I wouldn't mind giving it a go now, right enough.
I mean, I was brought up down in Biggar and nearly at the borders of Scotland there, and everything was rugby, but I hated playing it because I kept hurting my thumbs, and then I couldn't play the box at the weekends. It's just a disaster. But listen, we're going to have another wee track. I think I can load this here. I don't know what's happened today. We lost them there, but it's all right. We'll keep going. I think I can do this. This is your a wee solo set. This is a set that you've put in for a solo competition. Was this in COVID times? Was it? That was when we were all entering things.
I think it must have been, from the festival. Perth Festival was just online, I think, that year. Yeah,
can you remember what the tunes are here?
Glenfin and Highland Gathering was the first one, 2/4. Strasby was, I think it was Nelly's Strasby.
Right.
And the reel was a tune called The Weasel in the Dyke, which I think might be a John Mackay tune, but I could be wrong about that.
Fantastic. I knew this was going to happen tonight as well, that we were going to hear wonderful different tunes for yourself, because I've watched your repertoire, and I think you carefully source tunes so you're getting stuff that's not played to death all the time. So, great tunes. Let's see if I can make this work. Here they are. Fantastic point, Martin. Really good.
Oh.
Hi, Davey.
Hello there.
Back.
Welcome
Where'd you go? You been away for a chippy or something?
I wish. I wish.
All right.
Carry
There
on.
we go.
As you were.
Love that style of playing. Yeah. Martin, really, really, really nice play.
Right. I think if I learned one thing from that video is that I seem to only be able to play the accordion if I'm looking to the left or up at the ceiling. That's bad.
All right. David, are you there now?
I'm here, yes.
Can you? I'm freezing now for some reason tonight. I don't know what's going on.
It's the weather.
Speak to Martin for a minute.
You hear me, Martin?
Yes, I'm
I
live
can't
well.
hear you, Martin. Oh no! This is not going well tonight. We've been doing this for almost 3 years, if not 3 years, and this is probably the worst connection we've had.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Even during
can you hear
COVID.
me?
I can hear you fine, yeah. I can't hear Martin.
Can you hear me, Martin?
1, 2, testing.
Martin, can you hear me?
I can hear Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Right, I'll just keep rolling. Yeah.
You're
That's
fine, but we
fine.
can't hear Martin, so...
I can hear Martin.
Can you? I can't.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, I'm going to go back. I'll come back later. See you there.
Right, see you later. Yeah, brilliant. So, yeah, sorry, you were saying what you learned for that, Martin.
I can only play the accordion if I'm looking to the left, apparently. And that's my
Oh.
start. Yeah. It's one of these things you never, like, one of these subconscious things you never notice you do when you're playing because you're just too busy concentrating.
Well, you would never get told off by a teacher for looking down at your hand all the time then if you were looking to the left.
Right.
No bad thing. So when you started playing boxing, that obviously before you moved to Glasgow, were you in a band up the West Coast way, or were you?
I had a band in school. It was just like 4 kind of friends from Droybridge. It was like I was playing the piano in that actually. But John Cameron, who I think a lot of your viewers will know in Inverlochy, his son is Stuart Cameron and Jotham Doris. But John was really helpful, and he kind of got us into to help him out in the Alex and Fort William. Playing some of the hotel nights and things like that. So he was really good to give us experience.
Yeah, because I think some folk mentioned that earlier that they'd heard you playing sessions in Fort William quite a bit, kind of stuff.
Yeah. When I went back when I was in uni, came back during the summer to work, and there's a couple of really fun kind of sessions in Glen Nevis and in Glenfinnan. We had great nights there, Tuesday and Thursday nights. So if anyone's in the area, I can highly recommend it.
Do you like what Mr. McCall's saying there? Mr. McCall's giving you a first and saying that I can't see it now because I've done something else. I can't. Oh well, there we go. He's been very kind anyway, so it's very nice. He says you could get a tune out of Blade of Grass. There we go. Do you play the pipes at all?
No. I think it was too loud. That's the problem. But I would.
It's just the way you express your pipe tunes is very like you maybe possibly played the pipes at one point in time. You've got a real nice feeling for getting in there with it.
It's definitely not down to my skill on the chanter anyway. I can say that much.
Oh well, good. So anyway, West Coast. So when did you move down to Glasgow then?
I would have been 18. Just came down for uni. I studied naval architecture actually at Strathclyde.
Right.
Yeah, so I did that for 4 years, and haven't really bothered doing much with it since, right enough. But yeah.
But that's what your degree's in naval architecture.
Naval architecture, yeah.
Architecture. Wow. So you could be the man in charge of building the next West Coast ferries then.
High standards to live up to.
Yeah, but earlier on there we were talking as well about the West Coast, and we talked about. We were talking about Jamie McDonald, Jamie the fiddle player.
Yes.
And that's the next wee video I think we've got here that Davey found, and it was with Christian on the pipes, Christian Gamo from Austria.
Yeah, you were saying you know Christian, aye?
Yeah, that's right. We were all three of us were in the first year of the course when the applied music course got done at the UHI. The course used to be at Strathclyde University, and they stopped doing it, and UHI took on the mantle. Anna Wendy Stevenson and co took over up there, and we got in the first year, so it was really nice. So I met all these guys and had lots of tunes with them, so it's really nice to interesting. You were telling me Jamie had been doing law, and I don't know what Christian's doing now. I've not heard from him for a long time, but
I don't actually know Christian very well. I mean, we've done a couple of gigs together.
But listen, let's have a wee quick. This is only 45 seconds long, but it gives you a wee idea of what's going on here. Let's see. Hopefully, this will go.
Yeah.
Now, there we go. Now, tell us that wee tune. What was that tune?
Well, it's one of my own actually. It's called "The Guard Sheep," and it was named after a confrontation with a sheep on the west end of Tidee during the Fish Week 1 week. So
we maybe shouldn't go into this story just too deeply. This sounds a confrontation with a sheep doesn't sound it. The reason we played that tune, one of your tunes. You brought a book out recently. David must be there somewhere because he's just popped that up for us. Chewing Gum for the Ears. Where did the title come for that then?
Are you a Father Ted fan, Peter?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, there's an episode of Father Ted where Dougal's kind of sitting watching, I think, One Foot in the Grave on TV, right. And Ted walks in and says, "Dougal, you can't sit there watching television all night. It's a big waste. Chewing gum for the eyes." And I kind of stole it as a kind of self-deprecating humor, I guess. Like, it's just that, it's something to amuse your ears, but not to be taken too seriously, I guess. So.
Well, when I saw you brought a book out, instantly I thought, I'm going to get one of them up to Shetland. It's about here. It's about here in the shed somewhere, because I was playing a tune or two at it the other day, actually. I was trying a couple. And when I bought it, and it arrived in the post, and my wife saw it lying on the table and went, "For goodness sake, what's that all about? What have you bought now?" So I had to try and explain that it was very West Coast and pipe tunes and things. And she was like, "What's that got to do with chewing gum?" So at least now I can go and tell her. So that's great.
I was kind of thinking there must have been some way of working in a pun about like tunes and chewing gum, like TUW.
Yeah. Where did so have you been composing for a while?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think that book is basically a collection of things that's just been on the computer for years, and I've not really done anything with, and then just kind of last year I applied to be part of this mentorship scheme run by the traditional. What is it? It's called Tracks, and I can't remember quite what it stands for, but they offer kind of mentoring for people practicing traditional arts like music or singing or storytelling and things like that. Yeah. I found it really helpful just because I hadn't really had anything thoughts or kind of drive to do anything with these tunes, and then just having kind of them to speak to, they're kind of, oh no, you should go ahead with it. And do something with it. So I did, and kind of got that all put together.
I'm very glad you did. And I mean,
really.
You've certainly got a talent for composing. I was speaking to Kenny McKenzie about it as well, Kenneth. And of course, you're pally with the guys, Kenneth McKenzie and Donald Black and people like that.
Yes.
Both great characters. Great
mouth organ players.
And Donald sings your praises anytime I'm speaking to him. Yeah, that's good. But right, I'm going to go into this next wee set. This next set is a set that was a country dance. Now, I think you posted this maybe a month ago or something, or I came across it a month ago anyway, or somebody posted it, and it was a set that you would play. I just wish the whole set was here because the band is jumping, absolutely jumping, and your style, and you can see the dancers on the floor are just absolutely loving it. I really like hearing the Ranko accordion as well, because I think the thing about it is it gives you that slightly more staccato sound, doesn't it? It's a wee bit more staccato. It's got that nice sharp sound that a Ranko has, but it seems to work. Do you think do you agree? Do you think it seems to work for dancing? I think it's great.
I certainly love it. It's they do sound a wee bit different, to any other kind of box. I don't know enough about how accordions are made to know why that is, but
yeah. But I mean, I suppose the famous bands in the days, the Johnny Ellis band used Rankos.
Of course,
And Tommy Ford from the Jim McLeod band used a Ranko. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And but it's amazing that these boxes. And Jimmy Burgess, there's a famous man up here called Jimmy Burgess. I don't know if you've ever heard the tune called the Jimmy Burgess Two-Step.
Yeah.
Ian McPhail wrote. Well, Jimmy's a real character, and Jimmy's got a couple of Rankos, and one of them's even been in Lerwick Harbour. He went on to play on a boat on one night, and he stepped off the harbour and went down between the harbour and the boat, box on the lot, and he's still got it to this day. And do you know something? That box has never rusted. I am so surprised. So I think you've got a quality instrument there.
It says something about the maker, so
yeah, and I think there's a wee tune, the tune that caught my ear in this set as well. As I say, I wish the whole set was here, but there's a bit of it. But the haggis is in here as well. Well, I know it's the haggis, that wee tune. And do you play it in C major? I don't know if you do.
Yeah.
But a lovely wee tune. And the first time I ever heard that was Alistair Fraser, the fiddler, playing it. And it's a great tune. It's a brilliant tune. And strangely enough, about 3 years ago, I put together a wee set for Montgomery's Rant, and two of the tunes in it was the original and the haggis. I had them both in the same set, which is really cool.
I see.
And then you've come along and just made it famous. So it's good. Right, let's have a wee listen. It's great. Absolutely fantastic.
Do you know, I'm sure, I don't know what it's like in the fiddle, but box players probably know that tune, no tune basically makes me as nervous as that Montgomery's Rant one.
Oh.
Because it's it's a tricky enough kind of thing in B flat, but then it ends with that really kind of fiendish kind of run down the scale, like stepwise down the B flat scale right at the end. I'm so nervous when I'm playing that tune.
There's two or three. The other one, there's just Space Silver Tassie. I didn't like either. I used to. It was all over the place.
Jumping about, yeah.
And I was like, whoa, But there is a couple of crackers like that, isn't there? General Stewart's reel, where it goes right away up high at the end. If you miss that top D and C sharp or something like that, you're in trouble. There's nowhere else to go after that. So where was that? Where was that night? Was that in?
That was at the Younger Hall in St Andrews. We're up at the RSCDS summer school week one now this year.
Okay. Are you finding you're getting quite a lot of work with country dancing now?
I seem to. Mostly kind of in Scotland. It's mostly kind of Glasgow kind of area and Helensburgh. But then we do go down to the kind of north of England quite a lot. Which is always nice, always really nice crowds. So yeah, it's good. When it likes that Young Hall crowd, like they were in great form, and it kind of like spurs you on. So it was
right. Great. So MCing. What was that? What was Mary saying there about? She was MCing the dance. My friend Linda took that video. She was MCing the dance. There you go.
Yes, she was, and I think I recognised Mary as well, actually from.
Mary lives over in California, I think. Or something.
Yeah.
She puts on all these posts that make us really jealous, like I'm down on holiday in Mexico this week and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sitting here in my shed in mid-Yell in the snow. Yeah, it's just there's nothing like it. Davey's apologising tonight, folks. He can't get his camera to work. That's what's happened to him, but he can hear us apparently and see us. So there we are. So we're missing you, Davey. The dog's missing you even. Look.
I was wondering if that was a dog, Peter, because he was sitting very still a minute ago.
Yeah, it's a dog. Yeah, just a wee dog. This is Luna, and she wouldn't stay in the house with the rest of them now. If she kens I'm out here, she has to come and sit out here. So, but so see in the west coast of Scotland, then did you find? Obviously, you'll find the styles change dramatically. You're probably not doing Montgomery's Rant when you're in Stornoway, for instance, or something.
It's not requested so often, no.
No. Do you do any country dances in the West Coast?
We have done one in Oban and Fort William have quite active groups. We've not really been any further afield than that in the West Coast.
Okay.
Beyond Ayrshire.
It must be great to get involved with the St Andrews summer school stuff and things like that, though, because there's a lot of people go to that, and you might pick up some bookings to go play other clubs and things after that.
Exactly. Yeah, there's folk from all over the world come to St Andrews, so it's great to be part of it. And like Mary and Linda from California, and for the first time. So yeah, you meet all sorts of new people, and it's part of why we do that.
Have you done any trips abroad yet? Or
have you done most recently we're over in Germany just for a wedding. Fee and Bridge lad was getting married out there.
Right.
And we've got the plane over along with a plane full of Rangers supporters who were going over to I think it was Frankfurt or something they were playing.
Oh, no luck.
They were in fine voice anyway, Peter.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's all right. I'm the other side of the country. I'm a Hearts supporter, so that's...
I see.
But never mind. But but that's great if you're picking up bits and pieces like that. And do you go down south into England playing for country dances? Or?
Kind of north of England anyway. Doncaster and Leeds and Sheffield and places like that. So
yeah.
I
remember when I was playing piano. I played piano for Ian MacPhail for a couple of years, and we used to. I mean, Ian went everywhere. These guys in these days, they just went everywhere, and. We'd be playing in Reading and Brighton and places like this, just about as far as you could possibly go. It's just unbelievable. And quite often, Ian would want to drive home that night after a gig, or something. You were all taking it in shots to drive home and things. But
it obviously doesn't have an electric car, then, Peter.
No. I don't know if they're made for musicians going to Brighton. Richie Sunak doesn't seem to think they're maybe made for anybody just now, right enough. He's changed.
Well, that's
so I'll be all right with my old diesel van for a wee while yet. You know?
yeah. Oh, that's a point. Yeah.
It'll be good. But listen, this next one, the young man that was commenting earlier on there, Callum McCall. We had Callum on with us one night on the show, and he's great crack. He's great fun, Callum. But I've noticed on social media, you guys are doing a wee bit sometimes together now.
We do. Yeah, Callum does quite a lot of kind of box and fiddle clubs. So yeah, I have the pleasure and privilege of playing piano with Callum quite a bit. So yeah, we've been up Dingwall and where were we recently? Stornoway just a couple of weeks ago. Yes, it's great. He's like a great kind of really natural performer, I think, and you know the crowds always love what he does. Like, and it's always a great mix of like the shand and the pipes and some Gaelic songs as well. So it's always good fun playing with him.
I was going to compliment him there as well because he was putting on about how you could play anything and get a tune of Lady Grass. He's not bad himself, though.
Yeah.
He's a very competent piper as well, and a competent box player. You know, it's very, very good. And
yeah,
you've got involved with another previous guest, Donald Black. You play with Donald. Donald plays the Muthi, of course. That must be great fun as well.
Yeah, another person who I think he loves performing. At least that's the impression I get, because he really gets into kind of gives it his all when he's playing. So we've got a couple of gigs coming up actually.
He's great crack though, isn't he? Because when we were arranging to get him on the show, he said, you couldn't have just phoned me, could you? Because he wasn't liking this messages going back and forth. And I phoned him and we spoke for ages, of course, you know. Yeah. And then the next day, Kenny McKenzie comes on and says, he can't get that thing to work. I'll go on and get it to work for him. So between the lot of them, we got Donald on the show.
Team effort, yeah.
So it was good stuff. So
very good.
Listen, the reason I was mentioning Callum there as well, this next set is another set that he's put together, probably in lockdown, but it's Callum singing this time. And do you speak Gaelic?
A bit, yeah.
Right, okay. What's this song all about then?
I don't even know if I'll kayak it. It's about I think it's a kind of song of parted lovers. I think I can only remember the chorus, but they're like sailing away somewhere.
Okay, right. Let's all listen. Enjoy the ones they always seem to be about a cow leaving or something when I sing a song. There was always one about milking a cow or something like that. So here's a love. They're either love songs or fighting, aren't they? Kind of Gaelic.
Oh, very dramatic. Yeah, kind of over.
Yeah.
Very dramatic. Yeah.
Here they are. Have a wee listen, folks. I'm sure you'll enjoy this. Hopefully. It's a lovely sound. You can't beat it, can you?
It was nice to have something to do in lockdown. I think we did that for Taig Lunachi, which is that kind of well, it was originally a house that was donated to the community of Ness and Lewis.
All right.
They asked us to make these videos. Like it was a Christmas kind of online concert they did, and it must have been in COVID times, obviously, because we're all doing it in this kind of split screen kind of thing. So yeah, it was good fun.
But one thing I forgot to ask earlier on: where was the best place for people to get your bookie tunes if they're looking for your book?
Good question, Peter. The Bandcamp link, which just magically appeared at the bottom of the screen.
Davey's still working away in the background there.
That's incredible. Yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah, so that's the best place to jump onto Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, yeah. I unfortunately PayPal booking fees. I've tried to set up something on the website, so yeah, you have to go through the Bandcamp page. So it might come up with a wee message saying you're leaving Facebook if you click on the link, but it's all good to
magic. And have you got any recordings out yet? Yes, we're missing you, Davey. He's put that up about twice now. We're missing you. Yeah. Have you got any recordings out today? Well, that's one you've done today. But did you do another one for the RSCDS already?
Yes, we did. Was this last year or potentially the year before? Myself and Alistair McCulloch and Andrew Forbes did one to. This was released in celebration of Sir Walter Scott, who, as I'm sure you know, Peter, it was his 250th birthday last year.
All right, I thought you were speaking about Walter Scott for Lerwick there, but that's a different one.
I don't think he's 250.
He looks 250.
So we did this, and it was recorded. It wasn't a dance band kind of setup. It was done in a kind of period style of Sir Walter Scott's time.
Okay,
it was like fiddle, piano, and cello. And we kind of did all kind of the arrangements published by Neil Gow and Robert McIntosh and all that. So it's using all their kind of bass lines and things as well. It's just a kind of slightly kind of nerdy itch that I've wanted to scratch for many years. So it's good.
Really interesting though, because that's how they'd been playing at that point in time, probably, in that kind of arrangement.
I like it. Yeah, I feel kind of it's a bit of a shame that the cello's kind of fallen out of traditional music. So it was nice to explore that again, you know.
There's a few folk bands working with cello, of course. We see that sometimes nowadays.
So of course, yeah, there are, like there are of course many like.
But I noticed quite a lot of them using it almost like in a very percussive, bassy way quite often.
Aye, particularly like Natalie Haas kind of doing the kind of rhythmic thing with the bow,
as opposed to playing like a tune and things like that.
So. And Julia,
yeah. So what plans then? Any plans for the year ahead?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's been quite a busy summer.
Any plans tonight? But after a day in the studio and talking to us, you probably want to go to your bed.
Oh, do you know? I was actually my mate bought he's very much the most adult of our group, and has just recently bought himself a house up in Barhead. So we went round for a housewarming last night.
All right.
I must admit I didn't get much sleep last night either, so it's been quite a long day. But it's been quite a busy summer, so I haven't really thought about the rest of the year. But I'm going up to Shetland with Matthew McLennan's band for the festival.
Are you coming up? Oh, fantastic! I didn't realise you were coming up. That's great.
So we'll maybe see you there, right?
Okay, yeah, we'll be kicking about at that somewhere. In fact, you're doing a night with us in Cullevo.
That's right enough, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise you were coming up with Matthew, because Matthew phoned the other day, he messaged the other day saying, any dances that's big favourites up there nowadays? And I said, I see, so keeping him in touch with what was going on. So Cullevo's a lovely wee place. It's great. Have you been to Shetland before then?
Yeah, I've been, maybe 2 or 3 times before. And yeah, really enjoy it. It's a great if you're into dance music. It's just like a mecca. I think. Yeah.
We're going to have a really good night up in Cullevo. Actually, it's a nice lineup, and it'll be a nice night. So if there's anybody not got a ticket out there, you better get a ticket, because there's not many tickets left for Cullivo, I don't think. I think it's selling fast. There's Elizabeth Mann saying, we'll see you at Cullivo. So there we go. Elizabeth's making her way there.
So what are the dances in Yell, and what's the?
Well, you know, nowadays it's been hit by COVID a wee bit as well, Martin. But we always, in the olden days, you would see more. You would still see the lancers and the quadrilles done.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You know, so the lancers would be a 5-figure dance, and the quadrilles was a 6-figure dance. Mm-hmm. So you would still do them, and then you would see the 8-some reels done completely different up here than it is down south. It's not done to a set bar. Up here, they just dance, and the men never go into the middle. The women go in for twice the length of time, and you basically just keep playing until everybody's stopped. They stand on the floor, and once everybody's clapping, you can stop, kind of style thing.
Right. The women doing all the work as usual.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, so some folk might be doing bits, and then, but really now, all the general round the room Cayley dances, and round the room dances and things are all here. Okay. And when I came here to begin with, you would see a Shetland reel dance, and the fuller jig, the fuller reel would be done as well, which of course is a jig. That's why I said jig there, but the fuller reel's a jig. It's always confused me, that Miss Hadmer's reel, and it's a jig. But there we go. Very much the same kind of stuff. So you'll enjoy it. All your stuck the willows, all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure they'll give you a dram at some point in time as well. They're quite sociable up there, you know.
Oh well,
Listen, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great to get you on, and you're so busy. It's been magic to get you at long last. We're going to play out here with a wee set with the Glasgow reel in it. This was another country dance, I think you were playing. I think when I listened to this earlier, is there a Shetland tune? Is one of Andrew Gifford's tunes in here as well, I think.
Calgary Fiddlers, Welcome to Shetland.
I remember the year that won the tune competition in Shetland. And that was one of the ones I'm sure that won it. And there was another one he wrote called Kevin's Reel for his brother. That's a cracking tune. I'm sure that one as well, because I was judging at one of them, I remember, many, many years ago. Great composer, Andrew, as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And he's a fantastic player. He's a great musician. He's really good. So, but listen, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been great talking to you, Peter.
And we'll see you. We'll have a dram ready for you at Cullivo when we see you on the Friday night at the festival. That'll be good. And the big dance on the Saturday night as well. It's always a good fun night out. So,
indeed.
Brilliant. Right, thanks very much,
Peter.
Martin. I'm going to play this tune, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care, man.
We'll see you then.
Thanks again. Cool. Thanks. There we go, folks. Màrtainn Skene. What an amazing band. So if you happen to be up, there's lots of people saying what a fantastic musician he is, and he certainly is that. And Callum McCall saying that did, but remember, Callum, you're a fantastic musician too. Very, very good show tonight. Fair enjoyed it. Sorry about the wee tech difficulties, and Davey's had a wee tech difficulty. We can only put it down to weather and things, or general internet. It's just one of these things. But I hope you all, most of you all heard what Martin had to say there. And get going. Right, next week, folks, if you enjoyed tonight, you might enjoy next week as well, because it's another accordion player we've got on as a guest. Somebody I've been chasing for years as well. Another West Coaster, the one and only Angus MacPhail. Angus, who leads the group, of course, Skippinish. And I can't wait to have Angus on. It's going to be great fun. And hopefully you'll enjoy that too. So anyway, I've missed Davey tonight. It's always difficult to have somebody to bounce off it. And Luna doesn't just say very much, do you? No. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight in Tartan Tunes. It's been great to see so many folk. Join us next week with Angus MacPhail, the box player, for the West Coast again. Nice West Coast stuff. So if you enjoyed that, I'm sure you're going to enjoy Angus next week as well. Take care, and we'll see you soon. For Davey and me, good night.